How's it going, everybody? It's been a really tough month or so for the Yankees, but I was really digging Aaron Judge's motivational speech to the team after last night's game.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Why is Rice on the bench this game and J.D. Davis playing first base? I don't get it.
It's one of the great mysteries of our time, why the Yankees choose to go with so many of these washed-up clowns when they've got young, up-and-coming players who have shown promise. It does nothing for Ben Rice or his confidence to sit against lefties. All you do is reinforce the idea that you can't hit lefties. How about letting him try? He's a kid. He's just learning his way in the big leagues. He has good at-bats. I have confidence that at the very least, he's going to draw some walks or make the pitcher work. I want nothing to do with J.D. Davis anymore. Get his ass off the team.
Hey, what's going on, Derek? Just had to say, love the passion last night, man. It's tough to watch. It's just tough to watch at the moment.
Exasperation. I've heard a lot of exasperation in the callers' voices, and I've seen it in the comments. People just don't know what to believe with this team anymore. You know, this is the second time in 3 years that they've gotten off to a blistering hot start and looked like the best team in baseball for a while, and then the bottom has completely fallen out. How do you go from historically good to historically bad in the span of 4 weeks? And the injuries. This team is not prepared to handle injuries despite all of the injuries we've had in recent years. It's just baffling that Brian Cashman still has a job, that Aaron Boone still has a job. You can't see it right now, but I took my hat off and I'm literally scratching my head. It's literally head scratching.
Hey, Derek, this is Dalton from Alabama. I just want to know what happened to our bullpen. I mean, people may not remember it, but we had the best bullpen up until about maybe a month and a half ago, maybe not even that long ago. And now it just seems like everyone has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, whatever they're doing's not working. And what's interesting is they shouldn't even really be that worn out because the Yankees had a historic stretch of getting like 6 innings from their starters. So these guys should be pretty well rested. It all kind of stemmed from when Clay Holmes gave it up against the Royals in the 9th inning. That was a real momentum turner, and they have not been able to recover. We've had some guys that they were counting on, and whether or not they should count on them with their injury histories is another matter. But, you know, Nick Birdie went out. Jonathan Loaizaga went out. I think they relied too much on guys who just don't have a track record of staying healthy. We need some consistent, reliable guys in that bullpen. That's why I'm an advocate for bringing David Robertson back as our closer.
Hey, Derek, this is Myers. It was a tough game tonight. I think there's only one thing that I request that the Yankees do, which is call up Spencer Jones. This team is lacking energy besides Judge, Soto, Volpe, and Rice. It just feels like the rest of the players just are underperforming, and we need more youth to come up and bring some energy to the team. Now, it may not look like it for every game, but the Yankees started winning last year when they started calling out the youth. So, appreciate what you do, Derek. Great show.
I wouldn't hate it, but I do think Spencer Jones needs a little bit more time in the minor leagues. He hasn't even played at AAA yet, but we have seen guys called up from AA before. He was impressive in spring training, and sometimes when you inject some life into the team, like you said, it can kind of spark things for the older guys. Now, back in 2005, this is one of my favorite stories ever. The Yankees got off to a horrible start. I believe they were 11-19, so it was much earlier in the season than right now. They called up Chen-Ming Wong. They called up Robinson Cano. And those guys, man, they injected some life into the team, and they went on a run. Obviously, I'd love to have Dominguez up. He's not an option right now. Pereira out for the season. You know, we've already got Ben Rice. Augustin Ramirez probably could be next. There's a couple of bullpen arms that I think could help, but the Yankees, like you said, need to bring some youth onto this roster. I don't need to see any more of J.D. Davis. He can go. Let's get some youth up on this team.
Oh, my God. Aaron Buffoon. How J.D. Davis behind Judge? What the?
Exactly. Why would you ever pitch to Aaron Judge when you've got J.D. Davis behind him, who just got DFA'd by the worst organization in Major League Baseball? It's pitiful. The Yankees should be ashamed of themselves. Aaron Boone should be embarrassed to write out that lineup card, or whoever is pulling the strings from the analytics department. I hope this shows up in the audit. I hope the chapter 1 of this audit that they're receiving after the season is called J.D. Davis. What the fuck were you thinking?
Hi, Derek. You do a great job. Yes, the Yankees, it's time for a cool change right now. I think that Ben Rice should be playing first base continuously. I also think Austin Wells should be the catcher. And I also believe that after watching last night's game, that Austin Wells should be in the leadoff spot. We don't need a speedster at the top. He can get on base, and then Soto's right in back of him, and Judge, move Volpe down in the lineup. And I think it'd be a good idea to bring up Spencer Jones, put him as a DH, and use him in the outfield to give everybody a break, and work on trading for a third baseman.
That's a good call. So here's what I'm thinking with the leadoff spot. If they do decide to pull Volpe out of the leadoff spot, I think the heir apparent is Ben Rice. Like you said, we don't need speed because you don't typically want to steal in front of Soto and Judge anyway, but we could use somebody who can get on base a lot. He's got a .378 on base percentage in limited duty. He's shown that he can hit if you throw it over the plate, and that's exactly what we need in front of Juan Soto. Now, you would have lefty-lefty to begin the game, but that's not a huge deal. You could also move Judge back into the number 2 hole and have Soto behind him as some protection. I don't really love that because I think Soto's going to pass the baton no matter who's hitting behind him. You know, he's one of the reasons that Judge has a chance to have close to 100 RBIs by the All-Star break because he's getting on base at a 450 clip, basically, in front of the best home run hitter of our generation. So I think Ben Rice in the leadoff spot would work best. He sees pitches. He's got a little pop, too, so he could get you that 1-0 lead. I like Volpe at the bottom of the order.
I got an idea for a lineup. Tell me what you think. Cabrera, third base, leading off. Volpe, pull him out of the leadoff spot. Let him bat second, shortstop. Soto, batting third, right field. Judge, playing center, batting fourth. Ben Rice, playing first base, batting fifth. Gleyber Torres, playing second, batting sixth. Verdugo, batting seventh, left field. Wells, catching, batting eighth. And the ninth guy, DH. You know, could be DJ LeMahieu or whoever you want to put in there.
I think that you should take advantage of the DH by having a good hitter in there, right? I mean, I would much rather have a young guy come up like Agustin Ramirez or, you know, even go out and trade for somebody and have a good hitter in the designated hitter spot. Jahmai Jones is not a guy who you need to rest his legs, and he's not a guy who can hit. There's no way he should ever be the DH. That's just ridiculous. Now, as far as your lineup, the Yankees are going to want Aaron Judge batting in the first inning. That's the issue. He's the best hitter on the team. He's the best hitter on the planet. You want him in that number 3 spot where he's got 2 guys in front of him with a chance to get on and a chance to take a 3-0 lead in the first inning. That's what they're trying to do every single day.
Hey, Derek, it's Matt calling up again. I got to tell you, this was a really, really painful loss. This team is heading down further into the dumpster, and we need Aaron Boone to keep guys who could hit in the actual damn lineup.
I'm with you on the lineup, man. I want Ben Rice in there every day. Righty, lefty, doesn't matter. I want him to develop. I want him to get better, to grow his confidence. You know, he might fail against some lefties early on, but he's at the point in his career where he's still developing. He's still learning the type of hitter that he can become. And if he makes those adjustments now, it'll make him better in the future, right? J.D. Davis is not going to be in the long-term plans of this team. As soon as the Yankees need a roster spot, he's going to be gone. Why not just let Rice play every day, give him a chance? I think he's a better player than Rizzo. Now, he doesn't look as comfortable defensively as Rizzo, but that's obvious. Rizzo's a long-term first baseman. Rice is new there. but I see potential. He plays hard. He takes pitches. He works the count. He hits the ball to all fields. He doesn't have a home run yet, but I think the power is going to come because he hits the ball hard. So let the kid play. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? He takes an 0 for 4. You're already getting that out of J.D. Davis. Come on.
Anyhow, I feel your pain, Ed. I just watched your recap of the show, and I think there's a whole lot of people feel the same way you do. But anyhow, it's a joke with this J.D. Davis dude. Need to get him the hell out of there and definitely light a fire on the Cashman. The chance for fire Cashman definitely are, I think a good idea. Anyhow, I think, we would have been better off keeping IKF, put him in the cleanup spot. He's having a pretty good year, not for nothing.
I don't know about the cleanup spot, but he looked pretty good over at third base right now. I'll tell you that much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tune in after the game today if the Yankees win. If they win, we're going to do a post-game show so we can hand out the belt and have a good time. If they lose, I'm taking the day off. Just call it a mental health day, and we'll call this voicemail our recap because I'm sure it's going to be the same crap if they lose again. So enjoy the game, and hopefully we'll see you after it to give out the belt. And have a wonderful 4th of July, and try not to blow your fingers off. Hey everybody, we are on a mission for 50,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the season. When we get there, we're going to give away some cool prizes. We're going to give away an official Yankees pinstripe jersey of your choice, 4 tickets to a Yankees game, plus some NYY Recaps merch. It takes 1 click and it's free. So if you watch every video, double check that you are subscribed. If you love the podcast, subscribe. Heck, even if you hate the podcast, hate me, hate the Yankees, hate my cat, who cares? Subscribe anyway so somebody can win these prizes. And we'll see you next time.
Ball game over.